Hopefully that's better. Yeah, there we go. Good evening, folks. Let's see. Stream 1 is up and Stream 2 is up. So about 4 or 5 minutes till the start of net. I've got my preamble here ready, my list of people to call, and my questions ready. So just settling down for the net. See, I can move Supermon over there. Got to have my node up. Hub monitor. Make sure all background stuff is good. Hope you all are having a good evening. And yeah, getting ready for an interesting, fun-filled net. We've got aircraft and space tonight. So should be an pretty interesting setup. I'll have to see here. I can keep from losing my mouse. My mouse likes to get lost. Okay. 57, 45, 46. Getting ready for the 2-minute warning. Greetings and salutations to whoever's out there. Welcome. Hopefully my chat works. Nope, something went wrong and I see a monkey on YouTube. I'll like it when I go and look at the chat. So if you are chatting with me, I do apologize. Good evening, everyone. This is Ryan, K1BLU. I will be your Sunday night net control operator for the Insomniac Trivia Net. The net will convene wherever you hear the sound of my voice in about 2 minutes. The net should last about 90 minutes, and a clear frequency will be appreciated. There we go. Close out and reopen for the stream. Do I have a vertical stream? That's weird. YouTube's got a vertical stream. All right, time to start. The Insomniac Net meets every evening at 10 p.m. Pacific time. This is a directed net, so all calls should go through the net control station. For more information and connection options, you can go to www.winsystem.org. Tonight, as usual, I have one trivia question per person, each with a few possible answers. After, I will call the regular roster. Then I will call for late check-ins, late check-ins followed by guests and visitors to the net, which will be in about 60 minutes from now. If you are listening on a scanner, consider getting your own ham radio license and joining us. If necessary, you may email your check-in to me at K1BLU at windsystem.org. You may also join our email list by going to www.insomniac-group.com. This service is free, and you'll receive a question and answer in your own email inbox. After all of the check-ins, I'll read the statistics for the questions. We only have two rules here on the Insomniac Net. One is that the net controller's answers are always correct, and two, that you have fun doing the net. Before we begin, is there any emergency traffic, announcements, or items of business for the net? Excuse me. Alrighty, the only announcement I really have here tonight is, as usual, this is being live broadcast on YouTube. If you want to see my ugly mug, I mean smiling face, or whatever the heck it is, you can go to K1BLU.net K1BLU Communications or Insomniac Group. Both channels are streaming the same thing. That being said, let's go ahead and get started with our net controllers and system controllers. First on our list, as usual, is Steve, N5ZUA.
And good evening, Ryan. Steve in Houston is ready for a question, sir. Fire away.
Alrighty, Steve. Our questions tonight are flight and space. Your question, the first one on our list. What was the name of the pioneering aircraft that Orville and Wilbur Wright successfully flew in 1903? Was it A, the Spruce Goose, B, the Wright Flyer, or C, the Spirit of St. Louis?
I think it was Alpha, but we'll find out here in a second. N5ZUA, thanks.
Well, wasn't exactly Alpha. Alpha was Spruce Goose. That was Howard Hughes' giant wooden plane. The Wright brothers actually flew B, the Wright Flyer. The Wright brothers achieved the world's first successful motor-operated airplane flight with this legendary craft. Thanks for being out there, Steve. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. I will give myself a check-in for Sunday night because I am here. Let's see if my partners in crime are somewhere around. First one is Robert, K06NET. More than likely not. And I figured not. How about Jennifer, K06NES?
Good evening, everyone. This is K06 and ES. Go ahead there, sir.
All right, Jennifer, your question for tonight. In what North Carolina town did the Wright brothers achieve their historic first powered flight? Was that A, Kitty Hawk, B, Cape Hatteras, or C, Wilmington?
Oh, darn it. I knew I shouldn't have fallen asleep in history class. Okay, well, I'm going to take a shot in the dark on this one and go with C, Charlie. That sounds like a good one. Anyway, great questions tonight. Everyone take care. Have a great week ahead. 7-3, K06, N-E-T. No, N-E-S. Oh, boy, I'm having a day. Okay, good night.
You sound half asleep, and you should have paid more attention in history class. The Wright brothers did their coastal winds and soft sandy landing grounds in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, Alpha. This town was the perfect testing site for early aviation experiments due to those winds and soft landing grounds. Thanks for being out there. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Moving on down to our Monday night net control operator. Let's see if Robert is out there. KI5, Nothing heard. Next on our list is our Tuesday night net control operator, Teresa, KE5MUX.
This is KE5MUX. Hit me.
All righty, Teresa. Who became an international hero in 1927 after completing the first solo, non-stop transatlantic flight? Was that A, Howard Hughes, B, Wiley Post, or C, Charles Lindbergh?
I'm going to go with C. Thank you for doing the net. 730 KE5MUX.
For a net controller who has her head up in the clouds most of the time, you are absolutely correct. Charles Lindbergh successfully flew from New York to Paris in just under 34 hours, forever changing the public perception of air travel. Thank you for being out there. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Or should I say a wonderful morning? You're already into tomorrow. Next up is our Wednesday night net control operator, Bob, and sometimes Lynn, K6IPE.
Evening, Ryan.
IPE. There you are. Good evening, Bob. Your question for tonight. What was the name of Charles Lindbergh's famous custom-built monoplane? Was that A, the Memphis Belle, B, the Spirit of St. Louis, or C, the Enola Gray?
No, that'll be boy. Yeah, Jim Stewart flew that Lily. That's very K6IP. That was the Spirit.
You are correct with B, the Spirit of St. Louis. The aircraft was named in honor of Lindbergh's financial backers in St. Louis, Missouri. Why not? The spirit of the people who are paying for this thing to be built. Thanks for being out there, Bob. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next up is our Thursday night net control operator, Ian, AE5ID. Hello, hello. Ian, are you there? I guess you're not, so we'll go on next. Next up is our Friday night duo of Russell and Linda, AF6EQ and K6LBL. Very rarely do you check in on my net, but let's see if you got what it takes to be out there tonight. And should have guessed that one. Moving on next to our Saturday night duo, or tag team, should I say. Starting off with Scott and 7FGP.
Good evening, Ryan, and everyone on the net. Ready for a question?
All right, Scott, welcome, welcome, welcome. Who was the first woman to successfully fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean? Was that A, Amelia Earhart, B, Bessie Coleman, or C, Jacqueline Cochran?
Oh man, I can't remember. Let's go with Amelia Earhart. I think that was A. Thanks for doing the net in 7FGP.
And you would be correct with Amelia Earhart. 5 years after Lindbergh's journey, Earhart made the daring solo crossing from Canada to Northern Ireland in 1932. Thank you for being out there, Scott. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a great week ahead. Let's see. Next up on my list is Wilt, WB7, VPI.
Good evening, Ryan. Hopefully I'm getting in okay. It's Wilt, VPI in Gresham, Oregon, along with my nephew Adam. What question do you have for us today?
Alrighty, you are a little scratchy, but you are getting into the system. Your question for tonight, sir: which famous test pilot became the first person to officially break the sound barrier in level flight? Was that A, John Glenn, B, Neil Armstrong, or C, Chuck Yeager?
Ryan, I can guarantee you that was Charlie Chuck Yeager, 77 VPI, along with Adam, and I bet it'll be worse if I switch to this antenna. And I bet it's worse. WB7 VPI.
Alrighty, yeah, you cut out for a second, and then when you said I bet it's worse, you came back a little clearer. You are correct, though, with Chuck Yeager. In 1947, Yeager piloted the rocket engine-powered Bell X-1 past Mach 1 to usher in the supersonic age. Why is my brain playing Supersonic by whatever that group? Can't get that out of my head now. I had to read that one, didn't I? Anyways, thank you for being out there. You and Adam as well. Mobile safely. Let's see, next on my list, if he's out there, unless he went to bed early like he normally does, Little Al, N6, MOT. Nothing heard. How about former net controller Alex, W7, following that money? Come on, Alex, are you there? Doesn't sound like you are. And last but not least on this section, former net controller Ronald, K1BLU. Are you out there, sir?
Yes, sir. I am here. This is Ronald K1BLU. Thanks for doing that, by the way. And I'm ready for your question.
Alrighty, always my pleasure to do that. Getting people radioactive out there in a good way. Your question, speaking of the supersonic, what affectionate name did Chuck Yeager paint on the side of his sound barrier breaking Bell X-1 aircraft? Was it A, Glamorous Glennis, B, Sweet Judy, or C, Daring Dorothy?
I believe that would be C. I don't know if I'm right or not, but I'll find out. K1BLU, thanks for doing that.
Well, I thought Dorothy too, but then I was also thinking of Dorothy and Dorothy 2 from Twister. Actually, it was A, Glamorous Glennis. Yeager named the historic experimental aircraft after his wife, Glennis, as a tribute. Thank you for being out there, Ronald. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful morning and great week ahead. This is Ryan, K1BLU, your Sunday Night Net Control Operator here on the Insomniac TriviaNet. That is the bottom of the Wind System controllers and net controllers as I have it. Moving on down to the Wind System members. These are the members that help us keep the rent and power going for the many repeaters of the Wind System, as well as keep the backbone of this worldwide system running in data centers. Electricity in data center ain't cheap, and we appreciate all the help and support from you guys. First and foremost on our list here is Steve, KB6WR.
Good evening, Ryan. Steve here in Bakersfield, and good evening to everyone else, and good morning. Go ahead, Ryan. KB6WR.
Good evening, Steve. Your question for tonight. What massive wooden flying boat was designed by Howard Hughes and only flew once in 1947? Was that A, the Timber Wolf, B, the Spruce Goose, or C, the Plywood Pelican? Plywood Pelican, that's a good one.
Well, I want to say the Spruce Goose, but I don't think that was it. I really don't.
Stick with your first instinct. It's usually the best.
I'll say C, KB6WR.
You know, it's oftentimes your first instinct that's better off for you. It was actually the Spruce Goose. I remember touring that when it was parked down here in Long Beach in the big white dome. Officially named the H-4 Hercules, it was heavily mocked in the press as the Spruce Goose due to its wartime wood construction. Thanks for being out there, Steve. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next up on our list is Larry and Stephanie, KN6JLX and KN6JLW.
Hi, Ryan. This is Larry, KN6JLX, along with Stephanie, KN6JLW. Go ahead with our question.
Alrighty, I will get you your question, but I also wanted to ask you this time. Normally, I call you guys together with the same question. Do you guys prefer it that way, or would you prefer one question each? Let me know when you come back with your answer, and I will update my chart accordingly. Your question for tonight, however, what was the name of the world's first artificial satellite launched by the Soviet Union in 1957? Was that A, Vostok 1, B, Sputnik 1, or C, Soyuz 1?
Okay, Ryan, we're both going to go with Bravo, and actually we prefer just one question. We don't always have the same answer, and we like to debate. Have a good week. This is Larry, KN6JLX.
Alrighty, not a problem. I will continue going as planned. And I know that one. I'm a master at some of that sometimes, but we're not going to go into that joke because I am overtired tonight. You are both, however, correct at Bravo, Sputnik 1. The successful launch of this beach ball-sized satellite officially ignited the space race between the U.S. and the USSR. Thank you guys for both being out there. Have yourselves a wonderful evening and a great week ahead. Next on my list is Tony, W6 Tango Lima.
Good evening, Brian. Tony with K6 Tango Lima, Oakland. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Tony. Your question for tonight. Which famous stray dog became the first animal to orbit the Earth in 1957? Was that A, Balto, B, Laika, or C, Strelka?
Let me take a stab at Bravo.
And you are correct. Laika. Picked from the streets of Moscow, Laika was launched aboard Sputnik 2 to test the safety of space travel for living creatures. Imagine that, living on the streets and magically you're the first astronaut dog, or at least orbit the Earth. Thanks for being out there, Tony. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next on my list is Benson, K6BEN. Not like Benson to not be out there. Did I come through okay? Let me try this one more time. Benson, K6BEN. Sometimes if they don't come back, I wonder if I'm actually getting out there. But, oh well. Nothing heard from Benson. How about Chris, W1MER? Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Nothing heard from Chris. How about Fred, W6FRC?
Annette, this is Fred, W6FRC. Go ahead with my question.
Alrighty. Your question for tonight, Fred. Who made history in 1961 by becoming the first human being to travel into space? Was that A, Yuri Gagarin, B, Alan Shepard, or C, John Glenn? Did I stop on that one? Let me try one more time because I think I unkeyed. It's late, I'm tired. Who made history in 1961 by becoming the first human being to travel into space? A. Yuri Gagarin, B. Alan Shepard, or C. John Glenn? I am tired tonight.
The answer to that question is A. Yuri Gagarin. Thanks for everything for running the net, and 7312, Whiskey 6 Foxtrot, Romeo Charlie.
Alrighty, Fred, and you are correct with A. Yuri Gagarin, the Soviet cosmonaut, completed a single orbit of the Earth, becoming an immediate global icon. Interesting. Thanks for being out there. We appreciate it, Fred. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next up is Alan, KI6HNL.
Good evening, Alan here. Go ahead.
Good evening, Alan. What was the name of the spacecraft that carried Yuri Gagarin on his historic 1961 flight? Was that A, Soyuz 1, B, Vostok 1, or C, Mir?
Wild guess. Alpha? K6HNL.
Well, wild guess, but not exactly correct. It was actually B, Vostok 1. The Vostok 1 capsule safely carried Gagarin through his 108-minute pioneering flight. Long setup time for such a short flight, but it's space, so why not? Thanks for being out there, Alan. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next up is Bruce, KM6, Zebra Unicorn Chihuahua.
Ryan, this is Bruce in beautiful downtown Chihuahua Land. Go ahead with my question.
Alrighty, Bruce. Who was the first American astronaut to launch into space in 1961? A. Buzz Aldrin, B. John Glenn, or C. Alan Shepard?
John Glenn, back to you. Kilo Mike 6, Zebra Unicorn Chihuahua. Thank you for doing the net.
Well, while John Glenn was one of the first ones out there, according to the information I have here, anyways, barely 3 weeks after Gagarin's flight, Alan Shepard, C, piloted the Freedom 7 capsule on a suborbital trajectory. So I have Alan Shepard here as the first American to do it. I could be wrong, but for the sake of the net, I do need to stick with the answers that I have here. So thank you for being out there, Bruce. I do appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next up is Dave, KG6LYI. Let's see if he's out there. Sometimes he is, sometimes he's flying. Give him the benefit of the doubt this time. Nothing heard from Dave. This is Ryan, K1BLU, your Sunday night net control operator here on the Insomniac Trivia Net. Next on our list is Jack, KJ6YAO.
Good evening, Ryan. This is Jack. Fire away.
Lost my mouse. There it is. Good evening, Jack. Your question for tonight. In 1962, which astronaut became the first American to fully orbit the Earth? Was that A, John Glenn, B, Gus Grissom, or C, Gordon Cooper?
Those are all good names. I'll go with A, John Glenn. KJ6YAO. Back to you, Ryan.
All right, Jack, and you are correct with that one. That's where John Glenn comes in. Glenn circled the globe 3 times aboard the Friendship 7 spacecraft before safely splashing down. It must have been a fun water park ride. Water coming, water coming. Thanks for being out there, Jack. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next up is Bud, KI6JIP.
Bud, KI6JIP. Go ahead.
Good evening, Bud. Your question for tonight: who was the first woman to travel into space, completing 48 orbits in 1963? Was that A, Sally Ride, B, Mae Jemison, or C, Valentina Tereshkova?
A, Alpha.
Well, while Sally Ride may have been the first American woman to travel into space, according to this, in 1963, Valentina Tereshkova was the Soviet cosmonaut and former textile worker who spent almost 3 days in space aboard Vostok 6. Thanks for being out there, Bud. We do appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next on our list is GAR W6AXM.
This is W6AXM, and the name was Tereshkova. W6AXM. Go ahead.
Tereshkova. Yes. Sorry, I'm not pronouncing things correctly. I'm not even seeing straight at this point. Your question tonight, Gar: at which university did President John F. Kennedy deliver his famous 1962 speech declaring, "We choose to go to the moon"? Was that A, Harvard University, B, Rice University, or C, Stanford University?
You asked me a question I really don't know, but I'll go with Alpha this time. Go ahead.
Well, while Harvard and Stanford are good universities, apparently he was at B, Rice University. JFK used the Texas Stadium venue to rally the American public behind the ambitious and expensive Apollo program. Thank you for being out there, Gar. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a great week ahead. Next up is Chris, BE3RWJ. Sometimes he's there and sometimes he's not. Apparently, tonight he is not. Alrighty, folks, that is the bottom of the Wind System members section as I have it. Again, I'd like to thank all the members for their contributions to the Wind System. We do appreciate it for keeping this system up and running for these wonderful nets. I hope you guys are having fun. I know I am, despite the fact that I'm here. Anybody who wants to join that list of Wind System members can go to windsystem.org and go to contribute, and not only get that warm, fuzzy feeling for helping out system, but also get called a little earlier in the evening by getting moved up the list. That being said, let's go ahead and move on down to our regular Sunday night roster. First and foremost on that list is Mike, KN6MIK.
Good evening, Ryan. Always a pleasure. Thanks for the boomer questions. Fire away, brother.
It's all about that boom sometimes. Your question for tonight, Mike: which Soviet cosmonaut performed the world's first spacewalk, EVA, in 1965? Was that A, Alexei Leonov, B, Vladimir Komarov, or C, German Titov? And I know I butchered those names.
Oh, let's shoot in the middle. I'll take a B for Bravo. Always a pleasure, Ryan. K6MIK. Back to you.
And always great hearing you out there as well, Mike, especially just down the coast from me. Well, this one was actually A, Alexei Leonov. Leonov floated outside his spacecraft for 12 whole minutes, proving that humans could survive in the vacuum of space in a pressurized suit. Not wearing anything. Thanks for being out there, Mike. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a great week ahead. Moving on down to the land down under. How about Robert, VK2DY?
Well, that wasn't me, but anyway, this is BK2DY. Go ahead with my question.
Nope, that was Otai signing in. Your question for tonight, sir. Who became the first American astronaut to perform a spacewalk in 1965? Was that A, Jim Lovell, B, Ed White, or C, Frank Borman?
That's a difficult one. I do believe it was Bravo, Ed White, VK2DY.
And I do believe you are correct. Ed White spent about 20 minutes maneuvering outside the Gemini 4 capsule using a handheld oxygen jet gun. Like holding a fire extinguisher out there, moving around. Thank you for being out there, Robert. Have yourself a beautiful day, great week ahead, and we look forward to hearing you out there next Sunday night, or Monday afternoon in your case. Thank you for being out there, sir. Next on our list is Richard, NW7OR.
Greetings, Ryan, and Insomniacs everywhere. What you got for me?
Alrighty, Richard, your question for tonight. Which two-man NASA spaceflight program served as the crucial bridge between Project Mercury and Project Apollo? Was that A, Project Gemini, B, Project Artemis, or C, Project Skylab? It could be any one of those. I didn't follow space. But
Boy, those were all so long ago. I'm going to go with Alpha on that one. Thank you kindly for all you do, and 732 everyone. This is NW7OR.
it may have been quite a long time ago, but your memory is still tarp as a shack. You are correct with Alpha, Project Gemini. Gemini missions perfected the orbital rendezvous, docking, and spacewalk techniques essential for reaching the moon. Thank you for being out there, Richard. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a great week ahead. Next on our list is Peter, KE6RAX.
This is the above named gentleman. I am here ready for your question.
Well, greetings and salutations, above named gentlemen. Your question for tonight. Which historic 1968 mission was the first crewed spacecraft to successfully leave Earth orbit, reach the moon, orbit it, and return safely? Was that A, Apollo 8, B, Apollo 10, or C, Apollo 11?
I haven't kept track of that stuff, so let's just try Alpha, KE6RAX.
Well, you may not have, but your brain did keep track of it. You are correct with Alpha. The Apollo 8 crew famously broadcast a reading from the Book of Genesis while broadcasting live television of the lunar surface on Christmas Eve. Thank you for being out there, Peter. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next on our list is Scott, KJ7DTX.
Hello, Ryan. This is Scott and Gresham standing by.
All right, Scott, your question for tonight. What were the first words spoken by Neil Armstrong to Mission Control immediately after landing the lunar module? Was that A, the Eagle has landed? B, Houston, Tranquility Base here, the Eagle has landed? Or C, we have touched down?
Well, thank you for on the net tonight. I think it's one of the three. I'm going to try Bravo tonight. Have a good day. KJ7DTX.
Well, considering there's only 3 questions, I would imagine it would have to be one of the 3. And since they tried to throw a curveball, you saw right through that. B was correct. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Armstrong calmly confirmed the successful touchdown in the Sea of Tranquility, prompting a massive sigh of relief in Houston. One of the interesting highlights from the movie The Dish. Thanks for being out there, Scott. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next on our list is Dave, WA7DGY.
This is WA7DGY, Dave in Phoenix. Go ahead with my question.
Alrighty, Dave, your question for tonight. Finish Neil Armstrong's legendary quote as he stepped onto the lunar surface. That's one small step for man. And what was the second half of that? Was it A, one giant leap for mankind? B, one incredible journey for humanity? Or C, one bold move for the world?
I believe that would be Alpha.
And you would be correct. This pre-planned poetic phrase instantly became one of the most famous quotes in human history. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. You are correct, Dave. Thank you for being out there. Have yourself a wonderful morning, evening, and a great week ahead. This is Ryan, K1BLU, your Sunday Night Net Control Operator. Next on our list is Patrick, KI7LAG.
Good evening, Ryan. This is Patrick, KI7LAG. Go ahead with your question.
All righty, Patrick. Which astronaut followed Neil Armstrong down the ladder to become the second man to walk on the moon? Was that A, Pete Conrad, B, Buzz Aldrin, or C, Alan Bean?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, history's always funny about the guy second. Let's go B, Bravo, KI7LAG, back to net.
That is interesting. Everybody remembers the first, but the second one is more difficult. But you, my friend, have it down pat. You are correct with B, Buzz Aldrin. Aldrin joined Armstrong on the surface, famously describing the desolate lunar landscape as magnificent desolation. Thank you for being out there, Patrick. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next on our list is Kevin, AI7GA.
Good evening, Ryan. Thanks for doing that tonight. First off, please give Susan, Alpha India 7 Sierra Echo, a courtesy check-in. And secondly, I'm ready for my question.
Alrighty, sir. I will give her a courtesy check-in, and she mentioned the other day you guys needed courtesy check-ins or hall passes. Unfortunately, on the new system, I can't quite do that, but you guys are safe on my list. I know you're out there. You're just busy. Your question for tonight, sir. Which Apollo 11 astronaut remained in lunar orbit alone aboard the command module while his crewmates walked on the surface? Was that A, Michael Collins, B, Jim Lovell, or C, Ken Mattingly?
Well, I'm going to have to go with Bravo, Jim Lovell. I hope I'm correct. Back to net, AI70.
Nope. According to the question and answers that I have here, which I believe are correct, they should be, it was actually A, Michael Collins. Collins piloted the command module Columbia, completely isolated from Earth during the terrifying moments he passed behind the dark side of the moon. So, yeah, we had Aldrin and John Glenn on the moon. Or, sorry, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. My bad. And then Michael Collins in the command Columbia module. Anyways, thank you for being out there, Kevin. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening, morning, and week ahead. And we've got AI7SE down as a courtesy check-in for tonight. Next on my list is Shadasatwa, KN6TTG.
Great evening, Ryan. Thanks for conducting the net. I'm ready for the question. KN6TTG.
Good evening, Shadasatwa. What was the official call sign of the Apollo 11 lunar module? A, Snoopy, B, Falcon, or C, Eagle? I think it would have been fun to have it as Snoopy. Hey, Snoopy, this here is Woodstock. Come in, Woodstock.
There. I have no clue. Let's just go with eeny, miny, mo. Let's go with Bravo. Have fun, everyone.
Funny, I actually mentioned it a few of them back, but oh well. All right, Shadasra. Well, Falcon and Eagle are awfully close. However, it is actually Eagle. C. The crew chose the name Eagle as a patriotic nod to the national bird of the United States. It's funny, I always thought when the Eagle has landed, they meant the president's plane. Oh well. Shows what I know about flight. Thank you for being out there, Shadaswa. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next up on my list is Chuck and sometimes Linda if she's awake, KN6YMF.
Greetings, former neighbor. This is Chuck in St. George now. So what do you have for me tonight? For both of us, we're actually here.
All right, Chuck. Yeah, you moved off to a much better place. I'm still stuck down here in California. What was the official call sign of the Apollo 11 command module? Was that A, Columbia, B, America, or C, Endeavor? Don't you just love it when AI gives you the answer a few questions previously?
One of us really know. I'm going to go with Endeavor, and she said she wants to go with Columbia. So, hey, thanks for doing the net tonight. Appreciate it very much. 73s, everybody. This is KN6YMF, and back to you, my friend.
All righty, sir. Well, I can tell you one did better than the other. It was actually indeed a Columbia, named after the historical poetic name for the United States. Columbia was the only part of the spacecraft to actually return to Earth. Interesting. Thank you both for being out there. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful morning out in Utah and a great week ahead. Next up on our list is Phil, K6, packing my suitcase. I hope that jammer doesn't come up on SoCal. I hate it when they messes with Phil. I like Phil. One more time, see if he's out there. Phil, K6, pack my suitcase. Come on, Phil. I like hearing from you. Please be out there.
Good evening. This is Phil, K6. Pack my suitcase. Go!
Good evening, Phil. Your question for tonight. Which famous NASA mission is widely celebrated as a successful failure after an oxygen tank explosion forced the crew to abort the moon landing? Was that A, Apollo 12, B, Apollo 13, or C, Apollo 14?
I'm gonna go with Apollo 13.
Got you down with one big bad bourbon, and you are correct with Apollo 13. The brilliant improvisation by the crew and mission control ensured all three astronauts returned to Earth safely against impossible odds. Thank you for being out there, Phil. We do appreciate it. Great hearing from you every week. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a great week ahead. Next on my list is Charles, KF6GEN.
This is Charles, KF6. Go back on November, ready for my question.
Alrighty, Charles, your question for tonight. What was the name of the incredibly powerful 363-foot tall rocket that launched the Apollo missions to the moon? Was that A, the Atlas V, B, the Saturn V, or C, the Titan II?
B, Bravo.
And you are absolutely correct. Developed under the direction of Werner von Braun, the Saturn V remains the tallest, heaviest, and most powerful rocket ever brought to operational status. Thank you for being out there, Charles. We appreciate it. Have yourself a beautiful evening, morning, and a wonderful week ahead. This is Ryan, K1BLU, your Sunday night net control operator. And next on our list is Joe, KD4STN. That was not his node that keyed up. So, moving on down to the next. Next up on our list, we have David, K7AWX. Down to the home stretch, or at least the bottom part of the list. Still got quite a few to go, but nonetheless. I said key up, not menu. Nothing heard from David. Let's try Glenn, KD5YYZ.
This is KD5YYZ, Glenn in Las Vegas, and I'm ready for the question.
Good evening, Glenn. Your question for tonight. Which Apollo 14 commander famously attached a 6-iron to a lunar excavation tool and hit 2 golf balls on the moon? Was that A, Alan Shepard, B, Edgar Mitchell, or C, Dave Scott?
I think I'll go with Alpha. Thanks for doing the net, KD5YYZ. Back to you.
And you would be correct. Alan Shepard smuggled the club head aboard in his sock to perform a lighthearted demonstration of lunar gravity. Boy, with all the little divots and all out there, I guess a lot of people have been playing golf on the moon. Or maybe those are just craters. I don't know. I can't tell from here. Thanks for being out there, Glenn. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next up is Grant, KJ7WKX. Almost there.
Good evening. This is Grant, KJ7WKX. I'm ready for a question.
Good evening, Grant. Your question for tonight. Which 1972 mission marked the final time human beings walked on the surface of the moon? Was that A, Apollo 15, B, Apollo 16, or C, Apollo 17?
Well, I don't have a clue because I remember some of those when I was a youngster, but people seem to stop watching them. Let's go with 16. Thanks for doing the net.
Alrighty, Grant. Yep, it seems like once the first one's down, the second, third, and fourth, people just don't quite remember. Wasn't quite 16, though. Actually, Apollo 17, C as in Charlie, concluded the incredible era of lunar exploration, breaking records for the longest moonwalk and the largest lunar sample return. Thanks for being out there, Grant. We appreciate you. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a great week ahead. Next on my list is Mike. See if he's out of the salt mines yet. KB6 Downhill Racer.
Good evening, Ryan. And luckily, they did release me from my 4 hours of detention at the salt mine. And here's a little bit of trivia about Buzz Aldrin. He was at a book signing, and I guess a gentleman came up and challenged him about going to the moon because there's a lot of people that think it was done up by Hollywood. Buzz Aldrin actually jumped up out of the chair and knocked the guy on his butt. Pretty interesting. And I am ready for my input tonight.
I would pay money to see that clip if that ever got recorded, because I've heard stories of Hollywood doing it. I've heard stories of them doing it in the desert somewhere. There's just certain things that people go above and beyond for that no matter how hard you try, somebody else is not going to believe it. And sometimes those people just need to be knocked down a peg. Anyways, your question for tonight. What was the name of the first United States space station launched into orbit in 1973? Was that A, Freedom, B, Skylab, or C, Space Lab?
Well, that would be Skylab, and I do believe that they let that thing burn up and it landed somewhere in the outback of Australia. Thank you much for doing the net tonight, Ryan. Do appreciate it.
And you would be correct. Skylab served as an orbital workshop and solar observatory before its orbit decayed, causing it to re-enter the atmosphere, as you put it, burn up and crash down in 1979. A few years before I was born, so I guess it's around somewhere. Thanks for being out there, Mike. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a great week ahead. Next up is Kevin, K6 King James Version. Next on our list is Todd, KD6 DIQ.
Good evening.
I'm going to have to look up that video of Buzz Aldrin. That'd be funny as hell to watch the guy get his butt beat. Alrighty, Todd, your question for tonight. The historic 1975 Apollo-Soyuz test project marked the first joint space mission between the U.S. and which other nation? Was that A, Great Britain, B, France, or C, the Soviet Union? Okay, I've said Soyuz like 3 or 4 times. Hopefully.
I really don't know, but I'm going to say the Soviet Union.
It kicked into his head somewhere,
Final
yes.
answer. KD6DIQ, wishing everybody a great evening and morning, depending on where you're at.
Alrighty, and you would be correct. The Soviet Union, in a massive symbolic gesture, easing Cold War tensions, an American Apollo spacecraft successfully docked with a Soviet Soyuz capsule in orbit. How interesting. Go up there, dock in space, shake hands, and go on back to your business. Thanks for being out there, Todd. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Great week ahead. And next up on our list is John, K06FCY.
Good evening, Insomniacs. This is John, K06FCY, and I'm ready for my question.
Good evening, John. Your question of the night. What was the name of the very first operational space shuttle to fly into orbit in 1981? Was that A, Columbia, B, Atlantis, or C, Discovery?
Man, I just have no idea. I think I'm going to go with Discovery, though. Either way, looking forward to the answer. 73, and thank you so much for doing the net tonight, Ryan. Back to you.
Well, while Discovery was one of them, the first operational space shuttle to fly into orbit was actually Columbia. Space Shuttle Columbia completed the inaugural orbital test flight, kicking off a 30-year era of reusable spacecraft. Fun fact, about 4 miles north of where I'm at, in the local city of Downey, there is the Columbia Space Center right outside where Howard Hughes Boeing used to be, to where they built the parts for it. There's a whole setup on how they built the shuttle, several of the missions and tests they run. Quite interesting place to check out if you're ever in the Southern California area. That's in the city of Downey. Anyways, next, thank you for being out there, John. We do appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next on our list is Alvin, KG5EGD. I've been there a few times, and Robert actually likes it too. No Alvin and the Chipmunks tonight. He's got to be out there. Let's try one more time for Alvin, KG5EGD. Weird not to have Alvin. Hope everything's okay with him. I worry when people don't check in. Interesting. I worry a little bit when people don't. I worry when people don't check in. Hopefully he's okay out there. We'll try for him next week. Next on my list, Santos, KJ7ETU. Alvin, Simon, Theodore. No Santos out there tonight. How about Dave, KF8EXA? Shout, because here they come.
Good evening, Ryan. This is Dave, and I'm ready for the question.
All right, Dave. Good evening. Your question for tonight. Which prototype space shuttle was built for atmospheric test flights and famously named after a fictional starship following a massive fan write-in campaign? Was that A, Enterprise, B, Voyager, or C, Galactica? That was almost a no-brainer. Who has a bigger fan base?
Good question. I'm going to go
Battleship Galactica?
Enterprise, with Star Trek and all that stuff going on. So I would say answer Alpha Charlie, but the answer I'm going to go with is Enterprise. Thanks for that, Ryan. I'll say 17 and all the Insomniacs out there. Back to you, Ryan.
All righty, Dave. Just an FYI, you are a little hot on the mic, but I did happen to catch you on that. And you are correct. The whole massive fan write-in campaign, I think, kind of gave it away, because there's a lot more Trekkies than there are Voyager and Battlestar Galactica fans, I'm pretty sure. You are correct with Enterprise. Originally intended to be named Constitution, NASA relented to thousands of letters from Star Trek fans and named the test vehicle Enterprise. I wonder if they had the same captain on the bridge. I hope not. That would shatter my heart. Anyways, next on our list is thanks for being out there, Dave. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next on our list is Eric, WN7GYF. I am way too tired or something on this. Too much sugar, too much something? I don't know what it is. Nothing from Eric tonight. Nothing heard from Eric. How about Adrian, W6APT? Watch out. Now I've got all the chipmunks stuck in my head. Thanks. Oh well. Alrighty, good evening, Adrian. Your question for tonight. In 1983, who made history by becoming the first American woman to travel into space? Was that A, Krista McAuliffe, B, Sally Ride, or C, Shannon Lucid?
That's a tough one. I know Christoph was the teacher that died on the Challenger explosion, and I don't think she was the first woman to go up there. So I'm going to go with Charlie, only because I can't think of a better answer. Thank you for the net. That's the net.
Well, not exactly Charlie. It was actually Bravo, Sally Ride. Flying aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger, the physicist and astronaut broke the ultimate glass ceiling for American women. Thanks for being out there, Adrian. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. This is Ryan, K1BLU, your Sunday night net control operator here on the Insomniac Trivia Net. Next up on our list is Kelly, KJ5JYU. Watch out. Let's hear they come.
Good morning, this is Kelly, KJ5JYU, ready for my question.
JYU. There's the U button. Good evening, Kelly. Your question for tonight. Who became the first African-American astronaut in space flying aboard the shuttle Challenger in 1983? Was that A, Ronald McNair, B, Guyan Bluford, or C, Charles Bolden? 1983, both first female and first
Put me down for Charles Bolden. Charlie, KJ5JYU.
Alrighty, Kelly. Well, not exactly. B, Guyan Bluford. Bluford was a highly decorated Air Force pilot and aerospace engineer who ultimately logged 4 space shuttle missions and known as the first African-American astronaut in space. Thank you for being out there, Kelly. We do appreciate it. Have yourself a beautiful morning and an absolute wonderful week ahead. Next up on our list is Jason, KK7ZSH. Watch out, because here they come.
Good evening, Ryan, and good evening to all the...
That's going to be stuck in my head until I hear the whole thing.
Go ahead, I'm ready with my...
After the net.
Ready for my question, Ryan.
Key up. Alrighty, Jason, your question for tonight. Which astronaut famously performed the first untethered spacewalk in 1984 using the nitrogen-propelled Manned Maneuvering Unit, or MMU? Was that A, Bruce McCandless II, B, Story Musgrave, or C, Catherine Sullivan? I have never heard of any of those, but then again, I never studied.
Ryan, I'm going to take a total
So would I.
Shot in the dark here, and I'm going to go with Bravo. Yeah, Bravo. Everyone have a great night. 73 to everyone. KK7DSH.
You know, I'd be right there with you taking a total shot in the dark because I can't think of any one of those. I don't remember any of those from history. However, it was actually A. Bruce McCandless II. The striking photograph of McCandless floating alone in the blackness of space above Earth remains one of NASA's most iconic images. Now that I read that, I remember seeing the image of him there without the tethering, but I have no idea who it was. Now I do, and I probably won't remember it far after this net. Thank you for being out there, Jason. We do appreciate you checking in with us. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a most beautiful week ahead. Next on our list is Eric, K06NUS.
Good evening, Ryan. This is Eric, K06NUS. I'm ready for my question.
Alrighty, Eric. What was the name of the legendary Delta-winged supersonic passenger jet that operated from 1976 until 2003? Was that A, the Concorde, B, the Comet, or C, the Stratocruiser? I like Stratocruiser. That's an interesting name. Not the correct one, but I like the name.
Sorry, that would be A, the Concorde. Back to you, and thank you for running the net.
There'd my mouse go. Somebody's got APRS out there. That ain't me. You are correct with the Concorde Alpha. Built jointly by British and French engineers, the Concorde could cross the Atlantic in less than half the time of a standard commercial airliner. What's interesting, it was very popular from 76 to 2003, yet I don't see any supersonic passenger jets running, or very few running these days. I don't know why they're not working on that. Well, maybe I do and just don't care. Anyways, thanks for being out there, Eric. We do appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next on my list is Sunay, VA7SCJ. Hopefully you're out there. Usually you email. It's always nice to hear a friendly voice. But I do not hear a voice from Sunay, so I guess it'll probably be in email. Nothing heard from Sunay. Next up is Daniel, W7DJL. This is a good question. All right, nothing heard from Daniel. How about Brett, K2BEL? Sometimes he comes in late because the chair monster gets him. Let's see if he is out there tonight. But I do not hear him. So we will have to move on to the next. Nothing heard from Brett. How about Brian, KK7SMN? Forest Grove, Oregon.
Good evening. Yep, this is KK7SMN. I am ready for my question, sir.
Alrighty, Brian. Good evening and welcome. Your question for tonight. Which iconic black painted reconnaissance aircraft holds the official record as the fastest air-breathing manned aircraft ever made? Is that A, the U-2 Dragon Lady, B, the F-117 Nighthawk, or C, the SR-71 Blackbird?
Boy, that's a good question. I'm not sure with the last two. The first one I thought was the record for flying the highest, but I'll go with A, the U2, but that's a guess. KK7 SMN.
Well, I'm not too sure about the U2, but for this one, it is actually C, the SR-71 Blackbird. Capable of flying at Mach 3 plus at the edge of space, the Blackbird could outrun surface-to-air missiles simply by accelerating. That would be an interesting thing to see. I think I've seen a picture of a 71 gunning it and like a circle around it as it passes the supersonic speed. But yeah, SR-71 Blackbird, a very interesting plane to say the least. Thanks for being out there, Brian. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a great week ahead. Next up is Gerardo, KJ5BLV. Nothing heard from Gerardo. Let's see if Bruce is out there. N7MXT. Nothing heard from Bruce. How about Terry, K7ATD? All right, nothing from Terry, which brings us to last and certainly not least on our net, Glenn, W3ELS.
W3ELS, this is Glenn. I'm hoping haven't run out of any questions yet, but I am ready to take one.
I am just barely halfway through my list. I prepare 70 questions for the net, and I'm only up to number 40. Your question tonight, Glenn? What massive commercial airliner introduced in 1970 revolutionized the global travel and earned the nickname Jumbo Jet? Was that A, the Boeing 747, B, the Airbus A380, or C, the McDonnell Douglas DC-10?
That would be A, Alpha, the Majestic 747.
And you would be correct. While the DC-10 is a humongous bird, but it's more for cargo than passengers, and the Airbus A380 is a large plane in and of itself, the nickname Jumbo Jet was for the Boeing 747. It was the first wide-body airliner instantly recognizable by its distinct upper deck hump. Interesting. Thanks for being out there, Glenn. We do appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a great week ahead. This is Ryan, K1BLU, your Sunday night net control operator here on the Insomniac Trivia Net. And that brings us down to the late and miss section. So, starting off with the top of our list, the net controllers and system controllers. If you are a net controller, system controller, or former net controller, now is your chance. Suffix of your call sign twice phonetically, please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, nothing. All right, nothing heard from that group. Let's move on down to the Wind System members. These are the members that help us keep the rent and power going for the many repeaters of the Wind System. If you are in that group, if you are one of them and missed your chance to check in, now is your chance. Suffix of your call sign twice phonetically. Wind System members only at this time, please. And we'll give them a chance to check in. A little bit early bird compared to everybody else.
Lima, Yankee, India.
There he
Lima,
is.
Yankee, India.
It's Dave, our flyboy. Is that the only one? I wasn't too sure if you were up in the air or out there hiding from the microphone, Dave. Good evening and salutations. Welcome to our net tonight, KG6LYI. Are you ready for your question tonight?
Why, yes. Yes, I have their former neighbor. Go ahead.
Alrighty, Dave, your question for tonight. What was the fearsome nickname of Manfred von Richthofen, the incredibly successful German fighter pilot of World War I? Was that A, the Red Baron, B, the Flying Dutchman, or C, the Desert Fox?
I'm going to have to say the Red Baron, and you have a good week coming up here. KG6LYI, San Diego. See ya.
And you would be correct, sir. Richthofen painted his Fokker triplane bright red and is officially credited with 80 air combat victories. Thank you for being out there, Dave. Thanks for joining us. Have yourself a wonderful evening and a safe flight next time you're up in the air. Thank you for being out there, sir. Alrighty, let's move on down to our regular Sunday night roster. If I regularly call you on a Sunday night and for whatever reason you could not get to your radio in time, now is your chance. Suffix of your call sign twice phonetically. Sunday night Sunday night list roster only at this time, please. I'm tripping over my own tongue tonight. I need more sugar.
Bravo, Echo, Lima. Bravo,
K2BEL,
Lima.
there he is. I wonder if there's any others out there. Alrighty. I only heard one now go around, but it does sound like Brett is out there. K2BEL, is that you, sir?
Absolutely. This is Brett, K2BEL Mobile, ready for my question.
Alrighty, your question for tonight. In 1783, which French brothers successfully launched the world's first sustained flight of a hot air balloon? Was that A, the Lumiere brothers, B, the Montgolfier brothers, or C, the Renault brothers?
No idea, so I'm going to go with Bravo, B, Bravo. Again, K2BEL Mobile, back to net.
And you would be correct, sir. The Montgolfier brothers, Joseph Michael and Jacques Etienne Montgolfier, pioneered lighter-than-air flight, initially sending a sheep, a duck, and a rooster into the sky. Kind of makes me think of the sheep, the duck, and the rooster walk into a sky balloon. No, sorry, wrong joke. Anyways, thank you for being out there, Brett. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. And please, mobile safely. Get to your destination in one piece, safe and sound. Thank you for being out there, Brett. Alrighty, folks, let's go ahead and open it up to anybody, anywhere wishing to check in tonight's net. Suffix of your call sign twice phonetically. Anybody, anywhere wishing to check in. I can take about 6 or 7 of you. Anybody, anywhere, please come now.
Yankee Papa Bravo.
Yankee Papa Bravo, got you down. Who else? Come on, come at me. I'm raring to go, and I want to get more people checked in. Who else do I have out there? Yankee Papa Bravo, and. I need more sugar. Root beer float-ish drink. Alrighty, only heard one that go around. Yankee Papa Bravo. Sounds familiar, yet my list is pulling a blank. May I please get your full call sign, name, and location, please? Yankee Papa Bravo. Full call sign, then name, then location, please. Come on back to me. I heard you out there. Yankee Papa Bravo. Ole ole oxen free. One more time. Yankee Papa Bravo. Are you still out there, sir? If so, please come back with your full call sign, name, and location, please. Yankee Papa Bravo. Going once, going twice. Once, twice, three times a ham, operator.
KF6 YPB Mario in La Habra.
KF6 YPB Mario. La Habra. I'm assuming California. Alrighty, Mario. Got you down there. KF6YPB. Good evening and welcome to the Insomniac Trivia Net. This net runs 365 days a year, come rain or shine, on the many repeaters of the Wind system. Each night of the week has a different net control operator. You've reached Sunday night with the Sunday night net control operator. Most nights of the week are 3 questions with 3 possible answers. Sunday night, being the little red-headed stepchild, has live trivia, 1 question per person, all the way through the net. Since you've joined us tonight, I will get you a question for tonight. If you like our little net and want to join us next week, 2 weeks in a row on the same night, we'll get you added to the roster and called every Sunday night or that night thereof for the rest of it. So, for that being said, your question for tonight, sir. Which legendary NASA space probe, launched in 1977, became the first human-made object to cross into interstellar space? Was that A, Pioneer 10, B, Cassini, or C, Voyager 1?
I'm going with Charlie. Voyager 1. Still making the news these days.
That it is. It's actually coming closer to its end of life. You are correct with C, Voyager 1. After successfully touring Jupiter and Saturn, Voyager 1 crossed the heliopause in 2012, venturing into the space between the stars. And we are still getting data back from it that far away. Thank you for being out there, Mario. We do appreciate it. Check in with us next Sunday night if you so choose and would like to join our Sunday night list. All right, at this time, I will go ahead and do final call. Last call for anybody anywhere wishing to check in tonight's net. Now is your chance. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Suffix of your call sign twice phonetically. Final call, please. 25 minutes after 11.
Alpha Mike Echo. Alpha Mike Echo.
AM6 AME in Fresno. Didn't he check in already? Oh well. Anybody else? Going once? Going twice? Going a third time? Fourth time? Fifth time? 109876543321. Okay, we'll just go with that. Ah, he fell off my list. Alrighty, only one heard. I do believe that is Rick, KM6AME. Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir. That'd be me. What do you got today?
All righty, Rick. Good to hear from you again. Looks like it's been a while since we've had you on here. You kind of fell off my list. I had to look for you in the backup section. Your question for tonight: what unique item was attached to the exterior of the Voyager probes to explain Earth's culture to any potential extraterrestrial life? A, a golden record, B, a titanium flash drive, or C, a platinum microchip?
Oh, how about let's go with Alpha.
And you would be correct with Alpha. The gold-plated copper phonograph record contains sounds of nature, readings in 55 languages, and a vast array of global music. I'd still like to know how an alien is going to find a record player out there. Well, actually, no. Since they don't really produce them much anymore, we probably have thrown enough of them out that some of them made it to space. Be even better if they just attached an MP3 player with music. But anyways, how would you power the thing? All right, I'm going off topic. Thanks for being out there, Rick. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and thank you for being out there. Alrighty, folks, that is it, and that concludes the net for this evening. Let me go ahead and break for a reset real quick, if I can find my mouse. Alrighty, folks, so far by radio, we've had 47 check-ins. 29 of those are correct, and 18 were learning something new tonight. I have not gotten through all the emails as of yet, so I will go ahead and check those next. But at this time, I will go ahead and close up tonight's edition of the Insomniac Trivia Net. This is Ryan in K1BLU. Yeah, I'm tired. Ryan, K1BLU in Lakewood, California. Wishing everyone a wonderful evening and a great week ahead. And wishing to see you all same bat time, same bat channel next week on Sunday nights. And again, if you haven't caught me on the YouTube broadcast, I'm usually on a few minutes before and a few minutes after, talking if anybody's out there. So check it out and give me feedback. You like it? You don't like it? You hate it? You want to be on it? I'm open to guests. So let me know. Anyways, 7-3 to everyone. Good night, and we will catch you all next evening. Returning the frequencies back to normal, undirected amateur use. Okay. Now we go through the emails and see what we're missing.
Hey, Control, this is
Ryan,
Radio
this is
again.
W6AX.
If you can give me a check
For
in.
your information,
Back to you.
several times tonight, your transmissions were all broken up and unreadable, even over here in Garden Grove. Obviously, you're not on the radio, but I just wanted to let you know. W6AX.
Alrighty, I think I heard two of you. I did catch your transmission, Gar, AXM. Every now and then I get a weird cutout on my headset. I think it's how it's connecting to my radio. So I will check into that. Thank you for letting me know, though. I do appreciate that. And was that red, yellow, green, I think, that wanted to check in? Was that you out there, Renza?
Yeah, that's me. If you can, put me down for a check-in tonight. Back to you.
All right, sir. Great to hear your voice on the air. You sound a little quiet, but probably stuff going on. So great hearing you on the air, and I will put you down for a check-in. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Thank you. Red, yellow, green. I'll just put him for a courtesy check-in. All righty, and back to the
You're
emails.
welcome. 7-3.
Did he just wake up? Oh, well. All right, so where is my emails? They would be here. I need this window. Too many windows, not enough doors. All right, what do we have here? one chat message from Wilt. Go figure. Yeah, not good to hear from you. Well, that's a fine how do you do. Just kidding, Wilt. All right. Let's check the other email box. Because I tell people to email mywinsystem.org, but they respond back to my email that goes out, which goes to my personal email. So there's the questions. That's spam. First one is BNC. BNC. I'm not going to put this in latent mist. Clear queue. BNC correct on that one. I can archive that. Spam. Spam. 2 spam emails just in the time I sent them. Maryland, TJV. Got it correct. Archive that one. And Richard. Got it correct. I can put him down there. KD5PUR, correct. Got him down there. Ronald, K4GET. I got you on the air. I don't need your email. In case I don't stay up for them. Okay. Let's see. K7AWX. Did not. He needs to learn. Not needs to. He is learning something new. All right. Let's see. WWU. Did get it correct. Who else? Who else is at the bottom of my list? That's the bottom of my emails. So, and that's the one that I sent out. So that is all the emails out there. So let's open up our email to send out. And I have a draft already done up for it. So all I have to do is put the numbers in. And the final tally is 53 check-ins. Correct answers were 34. Still learning is 19. And technically I had 2 just check-ins. Yeah, I'm not going to change just to courtesy. I want that all caps like everything else. Let's see, check-in. Alrighty, 2 Insomniac Net group. There we go. And Sunday, August 16th, I did change the date. Excellent. And we send. Message sent. Excellent. Bad burns. Okay. Well, thank you guys for sticking around. Looks like I have about 5 viewers attached now. So I do appreciate you guys being out there. Again, good, bad, otherwise, feel free to let me know. It's the one thing I don't like about this YouTube thing is it's a one-way. I can talk and talk and talk, and you can type in the chat. And if I see it, I can read it, but I don't hear back. I don't get feedback, and I don't know if I'm doing a good job or if people don't want to see my ugly mug. Can't tell. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think. If you want to be on here, my setup invites guests. It's real easy. I send you a link, and you pop up and say hello. I can put you on the air, or I can not put you on the air. It's totally up to you. But if you've ever wanted to help do net control or kind of learn how it's done or see the backside of it, I'm open to teaching and letting people try it. And if you don't like it, you can say, I'm out of here, turn your computer off, and it's no skin off my teeth. I just take over from there. So anybody who's interested or wants to is more than welcome to. With that, I will go ahead and close up the live stream. It is 11:36 here, California time. I have to be up early to take a vehicle over to the repair shop tomorrow morning. So I got to go get some sleep, if that's even possible. I'm usually so hyped up after these nets. Sleeping is not my friend, but I can try. So with that being said, again, thank you guys for being out there. I hope you enjoyed the net. And if you're watching this and don't have your ham radio license, I highly recommend getting one because it is a blast to be out here on the radio talking to other people. Let's see, Glenn. Seemed like there were others who also cut out. Sound like digital packet loss. Okay, Glenn, I appreciate that on the digital packet loss. It is possible through the system. I am digital to the system because here in Southern California we have people who like to jam the repeaters, and so they get turned off from time to time if somebody's doing something stupid, and I can't be turned off in the middle of the net. It kind of doesn't work that way. So I am digital to a since we're on All-Star in the backbone, I have a local All-Star node here at my house that I basically radio into. I've got it set up Bluetooth through the headset, that way I'm not waking up the whole family, and key up the radio from there to my local node and go from there. So, but it is possible it's on their end. I know this last week the server, wherever they keep the main 2650 server, 2560 server, had some internet issues and was down for a little while. So, yeah, but we shall see. Anyways, like I say, anybody who's interested in doing that, even if you don't have your ham radio license and you want to get on the air, reach out to me if you're interested in being net control. On a one-off thing, I can probably do third-party traffic, and the way my setup is, I can actually key the mic from here, and through the stream setup, I can get you on the air doing. Thank you, Glenn. I like the individual questions too. It makes it it's harder to Google that way. So people actually have to use their noggin and think. Yes, I know some of them smoke comes out the ears. You can almost see it from here while you're listening to it. But I think it's more fun that way. I liked it when Alex did it and Herb, the TriviaNet King, N6MGW, rest his soul. But that's why I kept it up on Sunday nights, because I think it's so much more fun that way. So, anyways, so I will go ahead and close up tonight's live stream. And thank you guys for being out there. I really do appreciate it. Hope you guys had fun watching the live stream as I am sitting here kind of doing it on my end. And yeah, if you guys want to be on this end, be online, do whatever, feel free to let me know. I have the technology, I have the power, I have the setup that, we can work on it. So with that, I will go ahead and sign off because I do need to get to bed. Again, I hate signing off when there's multiple people out there, especially watching me chatter for what feels like no apparent reason. Like I say, it feels so weird to be talking and just don't know who these 6 people are. But thank you guys for being out there. Thank you so much. The cliche in the back of my head is saying, dude, tell them to like and subscribe. I'm not that kind of person. So anyways, have a good night, everyone. 7-3, and I'll be back. I might be back out here next Sunday. There's a small chance I won't be live streaming next Sunday. I almost forgot. Next Sunday, Robert turns 14. So if we're out and about for his birthday, I might try and find a replacement, which they don't have the same setup. But if I'm back home and things are boring, then I will be out here. So, Swordsmith Richard, thank you for being out there, and appreciate the thanks. Again, you guys are. I like ham radio, and I believe a lot of you guys do too. And I don't really get time to do it during the week. I'm too busy working and then spending time with family. So this is my ham radio playtime. And hey, it's a trivia night. It's having fun. It's getting out there. So, all right. I've said salutations 4 times this time I mean it. Have a good night, everybody. And we'll see you same bat time, same bat channel next week, hopefully.